Hey friends, welcome back. So today we are back in front of Judge Simpson with our favorite pro se subsidiate-ish person, Justin Phillips. Just to get this out of the way, I am not an attorney. I am not making any legal conclusions, nor putting forth any legal advice. All comments are my opinion, and all persons are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. With that being said, you know YouTube often demonetizes these type of videos, so if you would like to further support me, the link for my membership is down in the description. You can join my circle of friends. Also in the description is my email, justcaris@gmail.com. So if there's any cases you want me to cover, any hints or tips, you can email me. You can also find me on Instagram. It's @justcaris, but I'm more likely to respond via email faster. I've also been experimenting with different text and sounds to make the videos easier to listen to and read. If you have any comments or suggestions on any other way that I can try and make it easier for everyone, I would greatly appreciate constructive criticism. And on that note, let's get over to Judge Simpson's courtroom.
Okay, well, here we go. Huh? Seriously. Court does call the case of the People versus Justin Phillips.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stuart Collis on behalf of Mr. Phillips. Your Honor, this is
Is
time.
Mr. Phillips here?
I know that Mr. Phillips is having some difficulties getting into Zoom, according to several emails they sent myself and Ms. Tang. So I don't know if you want to pass this matter or
I really don't.
I don't either, Your Honor, but nonetheless, here we are.
He's having issues getting into Zoom.
Yes, Your Honor, that's what the emails have indicated.
Where is he in? Call it again, it'd be just like Groundhog Day. All right, I'll pass it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case, People versus Justin Phillips.
Caitlin Kirby on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Stuart Collis on behalf of Mr. Phillips.
Hello, Justin Phillips.
Okay, what are we doing on this? Let me just say that, Mr. Phillips, I told you at the last hearing to not email my chambers directly with these documents that you are doing. You remember me telling you that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Then why'd you do it?
Your Honor, I thought today was a court hearing for 3 p.m. until I checked and it was for 9 and then couldn't log in. So
Why did you email? I'm not talking about the time that you're here.
Oh, I sent a motion in. And the other one was a brief in support
I
of
told you before not to email my chambers directly. You sent one at 2 a.m. and then you sent another one at 8:30. Didn't I make it clear the last time that wasn't to happen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then why'd you do it?
I thought this is how you file the motions with the court.
No, you were explained how to file a motion with the court because goodness knows we have repetitive motions before. And I told you not to send them directly to my chambers. And quite frankly, I look at it, I mean, there's a couple of problems with them. One, the one that I was reading this morning that came in at 2 a.m. That I was reading is repetitive of the previous motion. And quite frankly, in a lot of respects, it's just plain nonsensical as to what's going on. the one that then follows up at 8:30, although I haven't had a chance to review it in detail because I've been a little bit busy since then, is the same thing. I don't even know why these things are even attached to it. I am very concerned about your inability to follow the court's direction. I'm more concerned in terms of the posture and the way these cases are proceeding, your inability, it seems to me, and I'm not placing fault on either side, but to be able to talk with your attorneys, because now I'm on attorney 3, and to be able to move this case along. And either one or two things in my mind is happening, but when either there is some type of, and again, I'm not making the accusation, I'm just saying it's difficult for me not to come to the conclusion that there's some deliberate obstruction in terms of the process where you refuse to follow it, or there is a circumstance when I look through these motions and the things that are being said by you in these emails that I can understand your attorney's difficulties in terms of dealing with this case. And I have some very serious concerns from a judicial perspective as to whether or not you can rationally assist in your defense, regardless of who the attorney is. So for those reasons, for particularly that reason, so that when this case decides to move on, the court on its own motion, and counsel, I'll let you speak to it when you want to. I'm going to refer to defendant for competency. It's about damn time. And I'm going to set a competency hearing on this defendant. I am just very perplexed by what is contained in these motions. And as I've said, they're illogical. And I think that they're not only just illogical, there are numerous points that they just don't make sense. And not from a legal standpoint, but just in terms of what's being said. Ms. Kirby, any response to the court's referring to defendant for competency? I'm not requiring a response. I don't think I need one, but I will give counsel an opportunity to address the court.
No response, Your Honor.
Mr. Collis.
Your Honor, I have reason to believe that Mr. Phillips is competent. That being said, I understand the court's concerns. I've had very similar experiences with Mr. Phillips and now received a grievance. I would ask, and I've tried to reach out to Mr. Phillips to bridge whatever gaps he perceived. That isn't happening. He continues to be, as you said, trying to, in my perception, trying to do things that just simply can't be done procedurally and ask me to do things that can't be done procedurally. And for those reasons,
and not just to you, but when I look at these motions, or these, I'll call them motions, he's asking for things to be done that factually can't be done. But go ahead, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay, Your Honor. And quite frankly, I believe that there is something at work with regard to Mr. Phillips, but I think with regard to competency, unfortunately, I believe he is competent. And I would just ask the court to relieve me of my duties at this point.
I can't, I understand, Mr. Collins. I'm going to at this point, and I understand the position that you're in. I'm going to at this time, I'm not saying that I won't. At this time, I'm not going to do so.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not going to do that. And it is with great reluctance that I'm saying that to you, but I'm not going to do that at this juncture. There the court, then I will set having heard the argument on it, I'll set a competency hearing then for March 30th, 2023, 9 a.m. The court will be preparing the order, sending it out. Council will get a copy of the court's order. Mr. Collis, also, if you could make sure, because I don't communicate with defendants directly, that order is then sent over to Mr. Phillips. And Mr. Phillips, I'm just ordering that you'll see the order. You'll get an interview with a forensic psychologist. You are to comply with that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bond.
I will.
Pardon?
Am I able to speak?
I don't know what you want to tell me.
Oh, I was going to say that I am competent. I already had a psychological evaluation where I walked in and had one. That was August 29th of last year.
You can explain that to the forensic psychologist.
Okay. And I'm not insane or crazy or anything like that. I'm not sure why the referral, but I understand if that's the court's wishes.
I stated on the record why the referral. You should maybe take some time and read the documents that you're sending to us in a manner that you shouldn't be sending to us. Thank you. Bond, continue.
Wow, he did not disappoint. Anyways, thank you for watching Chimagwitch, and we will see you next time.